What's good? I am the DJ, and welcome to Confessing Lies or Telling Stories. This is the place where I tell all the things I want to tell and say all the things I want to say in a safe, discreet, and most importantly, legal way. Today we're going to pick back up on the main story. When I left off, I was taken. I was taken and I was left. I don't know if I was left there for good, but my people had to find me. And I wasn't in good shape when they did. It took about a couple of weeks to heal. And again, that's the last story in the main line. I also told about what happened next. The person responsible for taking me and leaving me there had to be thanked properly. So I found him and I thanked the hell out of him. Made sure he knew just how much I appreciated his hospitality. I grossly underestimated how much that situation changed me, how much it bothered me. I was pissed, angry, quiet for a while, but in 2 weeks I was back up and running. But I wasn't the same. The entire business model changed from the point they put their hands on me and took me. Chained me up, left me there. And if my people didn't find me, I had no idea how I would have got out of there. There was no way. So I'm angry and I'm different. After I took care of that problem, I immediately tripled my goon squad, my little mini army. I also hired a Geek Squad. And no offense by the terminology, Geek Squad is just a bunch of smart guys who know how to use everything to their advantage. Book smarts, math, computers. Computers were becoming increasingly important. So those who knew how to use them were becoming increasingly more valuable. I also went out and I found my first loose badge. And if you don't know what a loose badge is, it's a Leo, which is a term, L-E-O. Go look it up and see what it stands for if you don't know. It's a Leo with hopes and dreams that his paycheck cannot provide, but he still wants it. That's what's known as a loose badge. And if you can find one, they are invaluable to your operation. I found one. Now, the reason I did all this is because I knew what I was thinking. Nobody else did. But I knew that my business model was about to drastically change. You see, I started this business when I was a teenager. I got into this lifestyle, and even though I took the wrong path, I'm still a child. So I still had faith in the world. I still thought they were good people. With all the negativity that had been in my life thus far, I still had not given up on the world. I had not given up on the fact that good still exists. The day they took me and left me in that situation, they broke me in those days. Those 3 days that I sat there chained, not knowing my end, changed me. It's like a cocoon, and I came out something different. I no longer believed in humanity. It was believe nothing of what you hear and only half of what you see. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, is bad. Some people just do more good than others, but everybody's bad. That angry teenage PTSD traumatized dude with all this money and power made that decision. Brain not fully formed. And I had the money to back up my insanity. So after I beefed everything up, got everything back together, everything settled down, I went back and I finished taking the spot that I was trying to take before. After I did what I did to old boy, most people would think that I would be in hiding, watching my back, waiting for retaliation. No, it was exactly the opposite. Keep in mind, I'm traumatized. I'm not stable, and I have a mental condition that isn't very normal. So no, I taunted him. I heard you was looking for me. Here I am. Anytime, here's my number. Hit me up, I'll come to you. You ain't gotta find me. Whenever you wanna make this right on your end, please call me. Because I'm ready to finish this. Anyway, this took over the entire business. This insanity infected my entire business because I'm no longer tiptoeing. I'm no longer sneaking, trying to finesse my way into places. No, I'm kicking down the front door and I'm taking what I want. And if you got what it takes to stop me, good luck to you. I'm using everything to my advantage, my loose badge, my goons, and just my overall unique technique. People don't move like I move. They don't think like I think. I'm crazy. So there's no more. There's no more finesse. There's no more businessman. There's none of that. I'm not even trying to be a businessman anymore. I'm not even wearing suits and looking good anymore. I'm dressed in all black and I'm ready for war everywhere I go. No more smiling, no more shaking hands, no more trying to do what I see on TV as far as good business, over drinks. Nah. Just move slow. I suggest you make sure I see both of your hands. What you're smiling for, cut the small talk. It got real cold for me. And if anything wasn't right, it went real wrong. And that's how it was. I was so traumatized. In hindsight 2020, now that I'm grown, that's just my version of being scared. I was terrified. That thing, that bothered me. It bothered me to the point that what I thought was a mental breakdown, insanity, just extreme anger, and thinking I'm bad, I was just a scared kid. The problem is, I'm not scary. Even when I'm scared, I'm not scary. I don't like spiders, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna run from them and freeze. It means I'm gonna put a hole in the wall trying to kill it. That's what it means. I'm gonna overreact, not underreact. Well, this thus far was the most scary situation I had been in. This was even scarier than being popped. That was quick. It happened. I was still here. I just had to run. I was left to my own thoughts. I was left. So it changed me. So things got very chaotic. You couldn't even look at me wrong. And if anything wasn't right, as I said, everything went wrong. Very wrong. And I made sure it never went wrong again. Very dark days. After that first area and me trying to finesse my way in and sneak in and all that, like I said, there was no more of that. When I went to a new area, we came through and there was no more trying to hide from whoever was in charge. It was looking for them, finding them, and doing the same thing that was done to me. They walked in, they sat on the couch, they told me what it was gonna be, and if I thought I was bad enough to say no, try it. I fell in line. It's time for them to do the same thing. And that's what I did. City by city, area by area, any place that I knew my business could thrive, there was no more knocking. There was no more any of that. I'm coming in there and be ready, because I am. And it went like this for the next 2 years. it's the 2 years that I could say was probably the darkest 2 years. Well, no, second darkest 2 years in my life. There's 2 years we haven't gotten to yet, where it got a little bit darker. Anyway, because I'm doing this the way I'm doing it, that name that I was already getting is starting to move faster. That name is starting to grow quicker, which some could say could be a bad thing. And it probably was, but I wasn't, that bothered me. It really messed me up, so I didn't care. You know, I don't even think I cared whether or not I made it. At this point, I had made a vow to never let anybody catch me slipping again, and to never allow myself to be scared again. So now I am the hunter. I don't believe in good business anymore, so I'm no longer even trying to do good business. I'm just trying to do business. And if I sense anything out of order, we're gonna walk out with everything, the money and the product. That's how it goes. If it doesn't go perfect, I'm walking out with everything. Because of this, which I thought was gonna end up getting me in trouble with the suits, but it didn't. The suits ended up loving it. They loved my new business model. They loved the way I was. They told me that a certain part of my body had dropped and I'm finally becoming a man. So now I'm being encouraged to go down this dark path. And I got people watching. You don't give somebody with my kind of condition an audience. I didn't come from a place of nurturing where, it was good job, hugs, I always got good grades, nobody cared. It was expected. That's just how it was. So now I'm getting the audience, I'm getting people praising me. People who have way more money and could give it to me. So now, not only am I angry and taking my anger out on the world, I'm also performing for some people who are even sicker in their head than I am, most likely. And they're laughing and clapping and cheering me on. Needless to say, this wasn't a good recipe. I'm not sure if I should get into details on this platform, only because I'm just getting started here. So I'm not going to get into too many details. But very quickly, just run some of the highlights. There was a deal, dude walked in. The whole deal went wrong because of the way he chewed food. The entire thing went wrong. It got ugly because of the way he chewed his food. In my mind, the fact that he walked in with a sandwich was basically him calling me the N-word. Like, you don't seem to understand how quickly I was offended by people after this incident. So he walks in with his sandwich and simply says, "Hey, what's up? Sorry I'm late, got hungry." And that chew, that licking his fingers, like it was, I don't know. To me, he came in there and just disrespected me. And I lost it. I lost it and just launched an attack. And the Goon Squad knows there is no signal, there's no ready, set, go. If I go, you go. We'll talk about why later. Don't ask me. If I go, you go. And that's what happened. I just went off. And I pinned the sandwich down. And just kept going. And whatever happened, it had to happen. Walked out with the product and the money, ready for whatever backlash. There was another time, dude walked in and he simply said nothing. He walked in and just stared at me like I'm supposed to greet him first. Mind you, I am. They came to me. They walked into my area, which is basically my place. I am supposed to speak first. But because he walked in and waited to be greeted, pissed me off. Knocked him down, started in on him. Whole deal went wrong, walked out with the money and the product. There was another time. This is the last one, just so you can get the gist of how stupid things got. Last one. When he pulled up, he was dressed like he was going on summer vacation somewhere, like he was going to some kind of resort. Turns out he was. When he left there, he did me the honor and respect of handling business before he left, so I wasn't waiting on him. But he walked in, and he wasn't dressed for business. He wasn't dressed for war. He wasn't dressed for anything. He was dressed for his life. Pissed me off. Who the hell do you think you are, bringing your life into my business? Knocked him down, jumped all over him. Business deal went wrong. He probably didn't make his vacation because I did real damage. Walked out with the money and the product. I'm not saying this because I'm proud of it. I'm letting you know just how traumatizing the situation was. And at that age, I needed help. I wasn't good. I thought I was, but I wasn't. Business went like this for quite some time. And luckily for me, people had way more sense than I did. The people I dealt with learned how to do business the right way. They learned how to handle things the right way around me. They learned how to move around me to keep me from going off, because they know when I did, number one, everybody else in the room is gonna go off too. They know we're not scared to use them things. They know we're not scared to get hit by them things. We're not scared, and that's all it takes. When people know that you're not afraid, that's all it takes. So, business started going good. And it started going good because people learned not to mess with me. People learned that there was something wrong with me, and they had to learn it the hard way. Mind you, I don't have the ability to self-reflect at this point. I'm still young. So, between the suits praising me, paying me, hyping me up, between the anger and the focus making my business stronger and better, my entire life got worse. Not in the sense of money or problems or drama. My life got worse because all I saw was darkness. All I saw was red. I would get so angry I would black out. And I don't even know what the hell happened, but by the time I finished, I needed a shower. Probably needed to go get tested, make sure I ain't had nobody's blood in me, whatever, I don't know. But it got bad. I say all that to say this. Everybody, whether you have a mental condition or not, don't dismiss your feelings, man. If you know something ain't sitting right with you, if you know you don't feel good, just because other people be like, oh, suck it up, oh, you'll be all right. Don't listen to them, because you don't know if you're gonna be all right. At least they don't know if you're gonna be all right. But if you feel like you're about to be wrong, don't let people tell you they're gonna be all right. All right, you're not gonna be all right. What you're gonna do is exactly what you think you're gonna do, is most likely be wrong. In my sense, it's dangerous, because when I get wrong, I don't think clearly. And when I don't think clearly, I make mistakes, the kind of mistakes you can't take back. So, be careful. Try to make the right decisions on the front end. If you can't, damn sure try to make them on the back end. And if something happens and you know you just can't swallow it, don't ignore it, because it's gonna come back and you don't know in what form. Mine was violence. And I wish I could say I regret it, but even now, I remember how I felt, And the moment I start to feel that vulnerability, it starts to justify that anger. I start to appreciate the anger and violence and things that took place because it protected me. Nobody just messed with me after that ever again. People still mess with me, but not like that. They had to be ready because they knew it wasn't going to be without resistance. Anyway, I hope this didn't get too dark, too deep, too serious. But we got to keep the story going, and that's what happened next. It got ugly. It got dark. And we're going to stay here for a minute because, like I said, for the next couple of years, all the way up until I turn 21 and through, this is my wiring. There was a very strategic event that helped me get back on track to remembering that this is a business. It's not personal. But for those 2.5 years, I took it very personal. And the people I dealt with knew it, felt it, hopefully survived it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I know it's been sporadic as far as my posting, been very busy, but we're gonna start getting back to the grind. We're gonna start getting back on track and doing things more regular. Of course, I do my shorts to let you know I haven't gone anywhere, but it will get better. This is just a busy time of year for me, all right? I appreciate you. Until next time, once again, I am the DJ. Holla at you.